angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
You got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
And Dean.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to take a second to thank our friends over at Water Scrapyard and 1-6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode.
We got a good show planned for you guys today. Not usually around this time of the year, the news is a little slow, but it's definitely not a slow news week this week. Lots of things happened. A little bit of drama in the third-party community. But Dean, before we get into that, we have to start with the world's favorite podcast segment.
Yeah, you ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Nice. So what'd you get new this week? So I don't think I got anything except this. It's not really toy related, but it is collectible. It's a patch, and it's every single era of Daft Punk. It's freaking sweet. It's a
Is it an iron-on patch, or do you have to stitch?
No, I think you actually have to stitch it on. But yeah, I saw it pop up in the Reddit, and I had to own it, so I bought it. It was like $40.
Is that the from their license store?
I don't think it is, which is weird. But they have a bunch of
patch.
But they have a bunch of cool shit on their stores. The Virtus Quo shop, I think. Which is the name of one of their songs. But I mean, it's on their actual Reddit, and it wasn't taken down or anything. So it had a lot of traffic. So
can you drop that link later on? Sean wants to know where you purchased that.
Yeah, it might be sold out already. This was I ordered a few weeks ago, but I'll check.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. So it's like Homework, Human After All, Discovery. This is Alive 2007, but also looks kind of Tronish. And then the Random Access Memory. So it's fucking absolutely sweet. I don't think I'm planning on putting it on anything, but it's freaking gorgeous.
Is it chrome patch, or is it just thread color?
It's sparkly. Can you see that?
Dope. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's real cool. Yeah, I mean, if I get a cool enough jacket, maybe one day I'll put it on there. But it's
on the back.
Yeah, dude. But that's literally all I got. I thought it was gonna ship on the 12th, so I was like, oh, probably won't get it till the end of the month. But I showed up today. I was like, holy shit, okay.
Hell yeah. We have Toy Mafia, Mario Cortez, Danny Lee, Eddie Mendez, Chris Letty, Sean Yahtzee in the chat. What's up, guys? I had an equally slow week as far as toys go. I picked up 2 cameras. I got really good deals on them, and when I say I picked up 2 cameras, I'm not buying $400 cameras, but I got a good deal on the Lomo Instant Square. Been talking with the Patreonies about it. It's a camera, it's like a Polaroid type camera. You take the picture and then the picture ejects at the top.
Oh, nice.
Really cool looking camera, and it's just a little bit more sophisticated version of the one that I showed you guys last week. And I got a really good deal because the flash isn't working. But this one I'll probably use mostly for outdoors, so I don't need the flash that much. And then I picked up on Mercari. I found a really good deal on another camera, and the guy on Mercari, he had listed it twice. Both listings were up, and I didn't really understand why. But it's a Canon Sure Shot point and shoot from the 90s, and it's a pretty nice little camera too. I got that one for $20, so definitely not too bad. But yeah, not really anything toy related. It's been it's that time of the year where I feel like I've already got everything that came out this year that I wanted, and
Yeah.
not a lot of stuff is really releasing right now. So, you know, as far as toys go, we're kind of focusing on toys for the kiddo. Now, one thing that did come in today was the Fuck That Guy magnet, which
Hell
will be
yeah.
part of our January Patreonies package. We haven't settled out the full package, but we got those in a little early, so definitely cool there. But yeah, nothing too crazy. But Dean, let's get into the news, starting with the Batman DX19. This one is coming out Q2 2022 by Hot Toys, releasing Q2 2022 for $290. Excuse me there. I think that this release is pretty interesting. I remember when Harvey Dent came out a few years ago, a lot of us thought it was kind of out of left field. And that one, it officially released this year. I've seen it in person. I think it's a really nice looking figure. But at that point, it had been like 5 or 6 years since the last Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises figure. And so it really seemed out of left field. But a few months ago, we noticed Icona IQ Studios were working on the Patrick Bateman with the Christian Bale license likeness. And now Hot Toys is coming out with this one. So I'm wondering if there's some, maybe there's something going on with Christian Bale where he's starting to license his likeness more. But I thought it was interesting that this year we've seen 2 likenesses of him when we haven't really seen them that often. I think it's a little cheeky reusing that style of base. I'm not too keen on that. I think it looks too much like the DX 12 figure. And I know one thing that I'm really hoping they improve on from the first version is the cape. I know the elbow pads were kind of a sore subject for a lot of people, and those seem to be not changed. But this one does have a huge lead time, so maybe they'll make some changes there. Dean, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's pretty freaking cool. I know a lot of people want a Bale Batman, and his price is, it's not like crazy high, but sometimes it seems a little much. Especially for like the DX or the with the armory.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for like the armory, right? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, the figure is like a base price, but then you add the armory and it gets fucking crazy. So like for this to come out kind of like almost out of left field, it was like, wait, what? I thought like when it popped up, I thought maybe it was just like they were showing off that they had made the figure.
Yeah, because initially they updated their old post first before they made an official new post.
Yeah, and so I was like, I sent it to you because I was like, am I going crazy or are they re-releasing this figure? And then sure enough, it's a reissue. What would you call it? A reissue or just
It's not. So we talked about that. So a reissue is basically like everything is the same. It's not a new DX or MMS number. The packaging is the same. Maybe minor paint apps are improved, but generally speaking, it's the same figure. I would consider this like a remake. It's like a 3.0 or maybe even like a 4.0 because they had, I believe, the DX02 and the DX12, then the Armory, and then now they're coming out with a DX19. They did redo the head sculpt, so that puts it in that remake category. I think it looks pretty fucking cool, to be honest. You do get the I don't remember him using the light up eyes in Dark Knight Rises. I thought that was just in the Dark Knight. But I mean, overall, I think a lot of people really want a Bale Batman. Mario makes a good point that he wishes it was a Batman Begins DX suit, and I'm right there with him. I think the Batman Begins suit is one that doesn't have that much love from Hot Toys. Eddie also says still waiting for the Batman Forever ones to go up for pre-order. Those are ones we saw a few months ago, and we haven't seen anything. Lewis here says, turned off my PS5 just to listen to you dudes. What a guy. I think this looks great. I think you're right. The secondary market on these was getting quite high because your only option was DX or the Armory version.
Right.
I almost bought an Armory version
like
at the beginning of the year.
2 months ago? Oh, I thought it was early.
Maybe it was like 4 or 5 months ago, but
oh no, yeah, because then you got the quarter scale. No, you're right.
Yeah. So the guy was pissing me off. So, but yeah, I think this is a good opportunity. And this is what the head sculpt looks like there. So definitely an improvement.
Are you going to get this?
I think that 290 is a bit high, though. I don't know, man. I think it really depends, because if they make a Joker or like a redo of Bane, I think that makes this figure really hot to get.
Yeah.
I think on its own, you still have to have other characters to go with it. We'll get to the Bat Pod in a second, but it's like if you have no Dark Knight, like Nolan trilogy Batman figures, like you kind of need one other thing to come out to pair this with. And it's really interesting, Dean. I remember when it was maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, but you were saying some of these third-party companies may have some inside information, because a few weeks ago, Present Toys announced, I believe it's Present Toys, they announced their Lucius Fox, which is the a great figure to go with this one.
Yeah.
And we thought that was like really random. We're like, why are they randomly making this? And then the Ra's al Ghul kit just came out a few weeks ago, and it's like maybe all these third-party companies knew something was going on, because
Yeah, I'm
it
sure
seems
they
like
all
out of
talk to each
nowhere.
other, right?
Yeah, it seems like out of nowhere, Dark Knight trilogy stuff became very popular.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they have to talk to each other, right? Because they're usually not in direct competition with each other. They're like complementary of each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the Lucius Fox. It's not a direct competition with the Dark Knight Batman, but it goes with it.
Symbiotic.
Yeah, and it's almost like, hey guys, just so you know, these are kind of things we have in the pipeline. Which, if that's the case, then I'm super excited for whatever compliments that Doc Ock that just came out.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know, like I think we might be onto something, but this is a cool release. I don't like Bale Batman at all. He's like my least favorite one.
Dude, I love Bale Batman.
Super easy pass for me, but I mean, I'm excited for anybody that's wanted to get one.
Yeah. They also did announce a reissue of the Bat Pod, which I thought was pretty interesting. You don't see the Bat Pod that often in people's collections. I don't know if it's something that was just super short released or something that was super fragile. I've seen some people that were commenting that the original Bat Pod was something that broke quite often. You'd have to glue things back together. We've seen that one as well with the tumbler, those little flaps on the back. Even when Buddy sold his at our first live show, he had to glue back like 2 or 3 of those little flaps on the back.
Yeah.
But I think this is Eddie makes a good point. This could be that companion piece for the Batman. This one comes in at $285, also releasing Q2 2022.
Yeah, I mean, on the shelf, if you had Batman and the Bat Pod, and then like the DVD, I mean, that's a solid display, right?
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying. I would want another character as opposed to a bike.
I think the biggest thing with the success of this figure is going to be, did they improve the cape? Because I think that was always the biggest letdown with even the Armory version. That's why people like Jackson and Unreal Customs, they kind of stepped in to fill that niche for people that wanted the nicer cape. But pretty much any time, if you're buying one of these figures used, the first thing you have to do after you purchase is almost always look for another cape, because the Hot Toys capes with these characters initially, they're just pretty bad. So we'll see what the cape quality looks like. Obviously, we have like a long ass time for this to come out. So I guess we'll see, but it is nice to see that they're digging back into this line.
No. Okay, so I saw the Batman, then I saw the Bat Pod.
Yes.
And then did I see a Batman and Bat Pod? Like there's 3 ways to get this?
When I looked on Sideshow, maybe I missed it, but I just saw the Bat Pod and then the Batman. I didn't see a combination. It might be like I think the new Scout Trooper comes with you. I think you could buy it with the Scout Trooper, and the bike.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw a duo box, which was cool, because I was like, oh, if you already have Batman, you could get the bike, or if you have the bike, you could get Batman, or if you need both, you could get them both. But I could be wrong.
Vintage Viewport says, not into the Dark Knight trilogy as much as many people. Pass for me. These re-releases look great, though. Releases look great, though. Danny said he loves the trilogy, just don't like the mask design. Eddie says he believes it's just the 2 solo options.
Oh, okay.
Now, Hot Toys did make a post that they're adding an articulated jaw to their child life-size figure. And I'm a little conflicted on this, Dean, because one, Hot Toys doesn't have a good track record with articulating jaws. Going back to the Alien figures, the jaws were always awful, and articulating the jaws, if you left them open, it usually meant that when you closed it, all that material that was stretched over time, when you closed it, it was like real loose, and it just never really fit right together. In addition, I honestly think that the articulated jaw was the main reason why the TFA Chewie looked so bad. They had to change the structure of the jowl to fit all those pieces in, and it really fucked up that whole figure. Not only that, but if this is an articulated jaw, that probably means the surrounding sculpt is probably going to be made of rubber or like a really soft plastic, and that will remain to be seen how durable that would be over time. If it's something like a rubber, you do have to worry about rubber rot and cracking. I think it's great, right? Like, they certainly didn't have to do this, and it adds functionality to the figure, and we kind of saw this coming a few weeks ago. But now that they've made it official, I'm very torn on how much value that this really adds to the figure. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of right there with you. I don't think long term it's gonna work. I'd rather just have a sculpt that I know is gonna be there in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that rubber will dry out, contract, expand, crack. Just all kinds of shit. Just like you can have it in your front room and move it to your back room, and the rubber is now different. You know what I mean? So I feel like longevity wise, it's probably not that good, especially for how expensive these fucking things are. But for how expensive they are, you would want this, right? Like some more functionality. So I don't know. It's like there's pros and cons, I guess. But I mean, I'm not picking this up anyway, so it's not going to affect me. But just if you're thinking about getting it or you have it on pre-order, just consider that.
Yeah, I'm definitely torn. I mean, they're not increasing the price or anything, so like your value is, you get even more value out of what's been offered. But
these are $450, right?
Believe they're cheaper from Hot Toys, and then I think they're like $405 actually.
Oh, okay. Oh,
but that's with the Sideshow markup, right? Yeah. I think retail to retail, this one's actually cheaper than the Sideshow one.
Oh, nice.
Up next, Iron Studios did show their quarter scale Mandalorian with the child statue. I think that this looks pretty great. I think, in fact, that it looks a little bit better than the Sideshow premium format. I like the base with the mud horn. I think the Baby Yoda on this one looks a little bit better. I think the pose looks more natural. I think the cape looks a lot better. I think the helmet has some room for improvement in terms of the sculpt. But I think overall, I think this is a pretty decent look for this character. Obviously, this is representing an early season 1 Mandalorian. Dean, you mentioned that it was obviously outdated at the time of this.
Yeah, it's like already outdated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much better than the premium format with that weird swagger pose that's like really out of character for the Mando. I mean, this looks freaking amazing. I think, like, if I were to get a statue, it'd be this one. It's a little cone heady. Definitely looks like the helmet comes to a point. But I mean, overall, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think the armor looks really good too. And I just feel like the biggest thing is the sculpting on the pants. I think the Sideshow one, it's like a really dynamic walk, and there's just way too much like billowiness to the pants. So definitely liking this one a little bit more. Now, Sideshow has shown their quarter scale premium format Moff Gideon. This was shown and also put up for solicitation. I think when we first talked about it, it was just a teaser photo. Now this one comes to $595, releasing Q1 2022. And I have to say, I really don't like anything about this. I know we were wondering how good the face sculpt might look. The initial prototype was from like the chest down. And it just really bothers me because they put out a video of how much work that they put into making their Sideshow paintwork on the Mando looking so good. And they were dealing with really complex paints like all clad, really complex processes to get it to look so good. And then you have a simple armored character with a black outfit like this, and you just completely phone it in.
Yeah.
Like the gloss on the armor is non-existent. The head sculpt looks like me when I can't trust a fart. And this just overall, I just really dislike everything about this.
Yeah. I'm also like at this weird crossroads where we haven't really seen Moff Gideon do anything.
Yeah.
So like to me, I'm like, is he really that cool to spend $600 on a statue? Like, he hasn't done anything. He barely has said anything.
Yeah, at this point, we've seen him roll up on the Mando in season 1, get blown out of the sky, survive, and then taunt Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
I almost feel like there's got to be maybe some red herring there where he's not really the biggest bad guy that we're going to see.
Right.
Especially now that they've mentioned Thrawn. I think Thrawn is probably. Well, I guess we know a lot more about Thrawn, but just in terms of like what Thrawn is capable of, obviously we don't know what Moff Gideon is capable of, but I think you're right. $600 is pretty steep. I mean, I'd spend that much for a Bando quarter scale. I definitely would not spend that much for a Moff Gideon with TIE Fighter.
I mean, I'm at the point where I wouldn't even buy a Hot Toys figure of Moff Gideon. Like,
yeah,
he's just like not that cool or interesting. I mean, maybe he'll get there, during the show. But like as it sits right now, it's like okay. But that being said, if you're gonna make me want to buy a statue, it's gotta be better than this. You know what I mean? To spend $600 on a character that's like kind of cool. I mean, yeah, I have almost nothing good to say about this statue. Like you said, they phoned in the paint. Like it all kind of looks just like the same matte coat all over it, and then like a cape that's like way too thick. That motherfucker's cape is thicker than the actual actor's cape. Look at that thing. I couldn't fall asleep with that thing on me. It'd be too hot.
That cape looked like Boba Fett, thick AF.
Dude, like it's just not. I don't know. I have nothing good to say.
Danny says it looked like he sniffed some gooch grease. DJ makes the same point. Gideon hasn't really done anything in the series to make me want to get anything from him. The cape looks weird. Doesn't look natural. It just looks like they glued it on and called it a day. Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean, that is what the cape looks like on the show. Like, I don't know how it attaches, but yeah, it looks really weird on the statue.
Now, Asmus did put up 2 pre-orders this week: the Elven Warrior and the Elven Archer. These are army building type figures, so they're coming in at a retail price of $195. Though if you do pre-order them from Asmus, you get them from $190, which is a sick fucking deal. You also, these are released in Q1 2021. Now, Danny Lee did tell me that the bow on the Archer is not the right bow from this scene, and so he's hoping that maybe they'll correct it. But I'll be honest, I don't have like the keenest eye for the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yeah,
it looks great to me. I mean, for $195, $190, I mean, that's pretty low as far as licensed figures go. I mean, their Crown Series Gandalf was like $400. So,
yeah. For an army building figure though, because you imagine you need what, like 4 of them?
Yeah, but Hot Toy Stormtroopers are like $185, $190.
Yeah.
And then I think the newest ones, the Remnants, were like $210.
Yikes.
I don't know. I mean, I think army building in 6 scale is fucking stupid, but I mean, they could be 220 or 250, right? They're going for
I guess you're not wrong, but it still seems
like
high.
if you got the deep pockets to army build 6 scale, I think that's a pretty decent price.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Lim Toys did show some new photos of their gunslinger figure, and I mean, I think it looks great. I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to, but I haven't done it yet. And this is really cool. Our sponsor, 16 Corner, where they're working out a free giveaway that we're going to be doing for our Patreonies in the Patreon chat. And yeah, it's going to be something that we're doing for them. And one of them will win this figure for free. It'll be shipped from 1/6 corner straight to their door. And I gotta say, that's a pretty cool deal. What do you think about this, Dean?
I think it looks great. I also have not played Red Dead. I just was never interested. But I love a good cowboy, and I'm watching Westworld right now, so I'm kind of getting into cowboys. Like I might want to bash one together.
How is Westworld? I saw that you said maybe it was a little slow at first.
Yeah, I think I'm about to start episode 4, and it's like now it's ramping up, but it's a slow burn, but it's a lot of world building because it's a sci-fi show, so you know how that goes. But it's so far it's really good, but there's like 8 fucking storylines you're trying to pay attention to, and then there's like the characters in the show are basically like robots, right? And so their story starts over like every day. And so like you'll be at like one point with a character, and then the next day it's like, oh, back to the start. It's like, wait, what? Like what just happened?
Yeah.
So, I'm like slowly working my way through the episodes. It's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Uh-oh. Did we lose Dean?
Ian and
Dean, you're like, you sound like you froze, like the glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, my computer just froze. That was weird.
Oh my gosh, all that porn. Let's move on. Present Toys has shown us their Tony Montana figure from Scarface, and I gotta say, something about this doesn't look right. I honestly, I can't put my finger on it. At first, I thought maybe he was too dark, but he is pretty tan in that film.
Yeah, he's pretty tan.
The only thing that I'm seeing is maybe the neck is a smidge too long. Like I feel like the sculpt should be pushed down like just the tiniest bit.
I was gonna say it is the neck, but it's because the neck, like the head sculpt's too wide for that neck.
I think that might be it. Now this is coming in. This is coming in at 185, releasing Q3 2021. You get the chair. You get the money, you get a gun. Dude, I think they're missing an opportunity to give us a big stack of cocaine.
Okay, well, 1, the cocaine, but 2, I mean, it can't cost a lot to print money like that. Give me a big
like $7.
Yeah, like why is it like enough to buy a McNugget meal? Like give me fucking stacks of cash, you know what I mean? Like it cannot be that difficult.
That's how my bank account be looking like. That I got like $8. Dude, that's actually pretty true. That's a pretty. But it's funny because that Joker figure that came out, the third party one, it literally came with like I think it was like 13 pounds of fake money. Like I mean, it's like a massive stack of fake money. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's cool. Like give me something like that. Like he had. I mean, because this is from the last scene of the movie, right?
I don't think so. Someone said they did want the final battle version.
Okay, I guess you're right, because in the last scene of the movie is when he has the fucking Tommy gun. Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, in that scene, like he's got a bunch of money, so I mean, I guess you're right. But yeah, it's like,
but don't give me $8 fucking.
What the fuck is that? That's so weird.
Definitely an odd choice there. Super Mad Toys is reissuing the 1/6 Hunter K. They're redoing 300 boxes, so not a crazy amount of quantity to go around. So if I think you're seriously interested about picking up a Hunter K, definitely get on it because this is a figure that's a nominee for best 1/6 scale third party, and I believe it's also a nominee for figure of the year. So
maybe even of all time.
Yeah, maybe even of all time.
This is a really good figure.
Yeah. Mario says the white suit is around the middle of the movie. Love it. Eddie says first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Love that. Yeah, so definitely go and pick it up. I mean, now that they have the molds and the colors and the patterns, I think the second round hopefully should take less than 3 fucking years. But, you know.
Yeah, shipping 2023.
Ace Toys did show that they're making a 1/12 scale Furture, again, not future, Furture motorcycle. And obviously this is the bike from Akira, I'm assuming, Dean?
Yeah, I thought you wanted one.
Now, it's very interesting because Bandai announced that they were also making a reissue of their 1/12 Akira bike, which is licensed. So I'm wondering how popular this would be. I mean, if you can get a licensed one for a certain price, like at the same time as a third party one, the third party one has to be super cheap to make that attractive because I think the Bandai 12 scale is going for like 140. It's really not that expensive.
Okay, so my biggest complaint with all of this news, no one makes a 1/12 scale Kaneda or Tetsuo. So like what the fuck am I gonna do with a 1/12 scale bike? Like honestly. Like it's like thanks, I guess. Like who's making the fucking figures?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, to me, this is 100% pointless, and it's an easy pass if I don't have a Kaneda.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me. Maybe someone out there thinks I'm a moron, but I mean, honestly, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, thanks, Bandai, but you also never even made a Kaneda or Tetsuo. It's not like there's like old figure arts I could buy. They've never made them. So it's like, what's the point of this? Why are we getting this? I could have sworn you wanted a bike. Are you gonna possibly get one, or you still looking for that little statue?
I think I would probably wait for the statue, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. I was checking. You sounded a little digitized. I was trying to go back and check. Up next, Dean, Moffex have shown their solicitation photos of the 1/12 scale Homelander. Dean, I'll let you give your thoughts on this. I want to check this audio real quick.
Yeah, this is dope. This is the first time I'm seeing it. This motherfucker's jacked. But I mean, he's jacked in the show. Oh, of course, most of it's the suit. But damn, that looks good. I hope the cape is probably a little better. But I don't know. Moffex's capes usually aren't that great. But this is cool. I like it.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I don't like, and the pictures that they sent weren't like super great quality. So maybe I'm wrong here, but it almost looks like he has pink eye. Like he has like the like redness around his eyes. And I'm not.
Is that his laser shooting head? Because I think it.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Hard
Man.
to tell. No, I don't think it is.
It's weird. In my headphones, you sounded real digitized. I got to go back and listen to it, but when I just that quick 10 seconds, you sounded fine. If Dean sounds like digitized in the comments, just let me know. I'm just curious because that's why we started a few minutes late today. We're trying to figure it out, and as soon as I hit live, you started sounding better. But you just, at least in my headphones, is coming in and out. But maybe my headphones are going out. Up next, Dean, the Todd McFarlane Kickstarter. These are beginning to ship. I think you said the first one should be shipping around this time.
They should have shipped already. From when I posted it in the show sheet chat till now, they should have already hit the airways. So
and are they all shipping at once, or is it like Sideshow?
No, it's like batches, yeah.
But is it random, or is it based on like when you ordered it?
I'm imagining it's random. He didn't specify in the. I mean, I pre-ordered it pretty early, but I haven't gotten like a notification or anything. Although I don't know, maybe they're not telling you when it's shipping. I have no idea.
Yeah, I've not ever bought anything from Kickstarter, so I'm not sure how good their logistics is. But if you did get that one, it should be shipping soon. Now, Todd McFarlane did also show a little bit of an informal video. So this photo is not the best. But I took like 20 screenshots. It's the best one I could get.
Oh, wow.
But it's a 7-inch scale Batman Beyond. He's calling it from the animated series, though in the video, he actually says the design is based off of the comic that came out after the animated series.
Oh, okay.
Which has a little bit more like
the belt.
Yeah, it has a little bit more like animalistic proportions. And I mean, first off, Batman Beyond stuff is fucking hard to find. It's one of those series that is super well received, but you don't get a lot of merch for it. And I mean, I'm definitely excited that this is going to be coming up. I think if you guys find one and you're not in the market, holla at your boy. I'd gladly pay you retail plus shipping. But yeah, this is a must-have for me. What about you, Dean?
Yeah, Batman Beyond is like the only series that I ever really liked. Again, not a huge Batman fan. But the show's kind of like futuristic and cool. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. That doesn't, like you said, it's not really the animation style. I would want one more based on the animation style because he's like all black. Like he doesn't have like a cartoony belt on or anything.
Yeah.
Are those like bat wings? Okay.
Yeah, they swivel out. Yeah. I mean, they look pretty fucking cool, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I might pick one up. I still haven't. I'll probably need to watch the video to see if it is something I want to get. But I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, definitely not bad. Up next, Dean, I'll let you cover this one. Here, it's a Funko Ron Swanson snake.
Yes. I did not know this was coming out. Manny sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cute custom. That's hilarious." And then I saw the fine print, and it was like, "It's this Parks and Rec is a trademark of blah blah blah." I was like, "Wait a minute, is this real?" So I asked Manny. He's like, "Yeah, it's real." And immediately I tried to find it everywhere, and for some reason the Funko shop wasn't loading for me. It just kept saying like Funko will be back. I was like, okay, well, it's not there. But then Manny sent me the link and it was there, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
So did you buy one?
I did. So I secured the bag. I don't know when it ships, but I got one, so I'm super excited. But yeah,
dude.
When everybody drinks the snake juice, it gets fucked up, and Ron's dancing at the end. So super excited.
Let's get into some drama. Now, we mentioned last week about Wincy Studio Toys. And there's been a rumor, and it's still a rumor, but the rumor was, and we've heard from several sources, so I think we're okay to put that this allegedly may be true, that So Toys was branding their newest product, the Freddie Mercury, as Wincy Studios, because So Toys would be getting shut down soon, is what the rumor was last week. We're being told by several sources that Disney and Marvel lawyers have contacted So Toys to cease production of anything that infringes on their copyrights. And as of a few hours before the recording, So Toys has they've taken down all their social media. They've a lot of their products on places like Giant Toy and TNS have been removed. And Dina, I think you know what happened here, my friend.
Yeah.
The figure police
came a knocking.
The figure police came a knocking, and you know when they come a knocking, they don't stop rocking. I don't know, but it happened, and you know, I don't know whether or not Wincy Studios actually So Toys remains to be seen. But all those rumors seem to line up with what's happening today, and that's our job to report them. This is all hearsay, but you know, I think it's pretty interesting.
Just like quick, remind me what figures did they come out with, because I don't know.
What figures have they come out with, like all
like
time
toys? Like what I know that was theirs.
Well, the most recent one I believe was the Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Then they came out with the Night Vigilante, which was the here. Let me.
Nightwing.
Yep, the Nightwing. Let me do this
The
here.
Daredevil, right?
Yep. So this is what So Toys has put out lately. So the Phoenix, the Negasonic Warhead, the different of the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Come on, Disney, you don't even like that shit anymore.
They also made the John Wick head sculpt. They're also making, like you said, the Night Vigilante, the DC stuff from Titans. Lots of stuff there. I believe there's also the
you right.
The Peter Parker half head, which obviously is a big infringement there. So they've made quite a few figures. Obviously, they're making a lot of X-Men stuff. So definitely pretty crazy news there. Joust says Collector's Con on Justin's collection showed Green Goblin firsthand and some other ones. A channel with so many viewers maybe triggered Marvel or Disney. That's the beauty of Collecting Weekly, right? We show our stuff, and 12 people watch it, and that's great. They're also making the Billy Butcher. They're also make the Billy Butcher and the they had shown the Homelander 6 scale. So
that was them. God damn it.
So if they go under now, obviously third-party companies have deleted social media in the past. It doesn't mean automatically that they're going under, but when you get slapped by the long, hard dick of the law, Dean, it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah. Nobody wants to get slapped by a big old dick. Hey, what the scrapyard? I was gonna say something else today, and I totally forgot what it was. It was just gonna be like a different Watto voice. We want to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring this week's episode. You can find them on Instagram at Watto Scrapyard. It's also their name on Facebook and eBay. They make 3D printed parts for hard to come by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, as well as resin printed head sculpts of hundreds of different characters from Star Wars and other shows and movies. If you don't see a character you like on their Instagram, send them a message and you'll get a design printed and shipped right to your door for a pretty good price. 1/6 Corner, we want to thank them as well. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles for their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, and fast shipping. Choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them. What a bunch of guys.
What a bunch of guys. Like I said, 1/6 Corner did sponsor our Patreon giveaway. Now, Dean, we have some breaking news, and this news is not without a bit of controversy. Warner Brothers will release its entire 2021 film slate on HBO Max the same day they hit theaters, including Dune, Matrix 4, Mortal Kombat, Godzilla vs. Kong, The Suicide Squad, Tom and Jerry, and much more. Now, allegedly, a lot of people in the biz were upset about this, and Christopher Nolan did release a statement. He said some of our biggest filmmakers and most important movie stars went to bed the night before thinking they were working for the greatest movie studio and woke up to find out they were working for the worst streaming service. He goes on to say Warner Brothers had an incredible machine for getting a filmmaker's work out everywhere, both in theaters and in the home, and they are dismantling it as we speak. They don't even understand what they're losing. Their decision makes no economic sense, and even the most casual Wall Street investor can see the difference between disruption and dysfunction. What are your thoughts, Dean?
I guess I don't understand how the film industry works because I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, we're heading into a new year and things aren't any better. But does Christopher Nolan want people to see his movie at the risk of death? Like, I'm sorry, but he's not that great a director. Like, I don't get it. It's like people still have the option to go see your movie in a theater, dude. What's the problem offering it to people who don't want to take that risk? Like, what is it about streaming the movie that's I don't understand what the problem is. Does he get a cut of every time someone sees it in the theater? I don't get it, because I'm assuming the studio's getting money on the back end from HBO, right? There's some kind of streaming contract they have.
Yeah.
Is he not getting a cut of that? Maybe you should work that out in your contract when you make a movie. Like, that's the only reason I could see him getting pissed off that people can watch the movie at home. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, Mario says previous deals are being breached with what Warner Brothers is doing, and people aren't getting their cut that was negotiated.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I think it's a hard thing, right? Like, obviously, I really don't give a fuck that like a millionaire movie maker or actor might be getting a little less money than I thought. I mean, people are dying, and for a lot of us, this is our only relief from this awful world that we live in. Being able to watch a film safely, I think, is a good thing. I don't know, man. I really don't know how to feel on it. I think there's been quite a few actors that have come out and made statements about it, but I mean, COVID is such a different animal than anything that we've ever seen. The only thing I can think even remotely equates back to this. Remember when The Interview, it was coming out Christmas Day many moons ago, and North Korea threatened terror attacks at the theaters, and they actually couldn't safely guarantee everyone's safety, so they like released it on Netflix, and I think they had it at a few theaters, but that's the only time I think in modern history where a movie was forced to be released in other ways, and that started that whole VOD stuff. I'm really not sure, man. I'm really not sure how to feel about it. But I don't know. COVID is just so weird that I just don't really know what to really make of things anymore.
Yeah, it's like, dude, had COVID been like a 3-month thing and we're already moving past it, that's one thing. But we're heading into a whole other year, and it's still something that we have to deal with. Like, I don't know what you want done specifically, but taking to Twitter and just talking shit about HBO, like, doesn't seem like it's gonna work.
But I think also,
what the fuck did HBO do to him? Where he's like, they went to bed working for a great company and woke up working for the worst streaming service. Like, goddamn, like, what the fuck did HBO do to you? Fuck your wife? Like, what?
I mean, HBO also gave him the shot, right? I mean, he was a pretty small time director, and they gave him the Batman franchise. Obviously, he's done pretty well with it, but
yeah, it's like, okay, like, dude, if I was HBO, I'd be like, okay, well, we're not showing any of your fucking movies, dude. Fuck you, you cocksucking dickbag. Sorry, I don't like Christopher Nolan. He's a fucking pretentious asshole.
Oscar Isaac, in other movie news, is going to be playing Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid feature film. This news was dropped a few days ago. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not a big Solid Snake fan, but I am a big Oscar Isaac fan.
Really? Dude, I love Metal Gear, man.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid. That's pretty much where my love for Metal Gear ends, is Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 2 is okay. Everything else after that was like, oh, okay. And Snake dies in like Metal Gear 4, and all the other games you're playing as Big Boss, which is like,
spoiler alert.
They clone Big Boss, and that's where Solid Snake comes from. So everything else is like a prequel. I mean, that's your fault, dude. Those games are old as shit. Solid Snake's fucking cool. So I'm pretty excited to see Oscar Isaac play him.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like troubleshoot these headphones live, and I just don't know. I don't know.
So the problem with you all along. You restart your headphones, damn it.
I don't know if that works like that. Alfred Molina is reprising the role as Doc Ock. I'm really offended that they put Dr. Octopus instead of Doc Ock in Tom Holland's Spider-Man 3. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how, if that rumor is true, that's the rumor right now, and some people have said it's confirmed, some people still think it's a rumor. I don't know yet, but I think Toys R Us releasing this figure is pretty cool. I think that's going to go up movers and shakers.
Wait, really quick. Eddie said, will it be free for subscribers, or we have to play like Disney? I believe the HBO.
I thought they said it was free.
I think it's free. That's what I heard. I've heard it's free. You don't have to pay an additional. You're already paying for the service, which is where, and then you get to watch the movies free. That's what my understanding. I could be wrong, but yeah. And then Disney made Mulan free this week, I think in response to, I mean, it's already been out for a while, but I think in response to all this shit that they just made it free.
Yeah. Up next, Dean, we have our movie for the week retro review. Actually, real quick, Mario says no extra charge for the new film. So
anyways, there you go, Eddie.
Now, let's see. Jingle All the Way. Workaholic Howard Langston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, wants to make things up to his son, Jamie, and wife, Liz. He promises to get Jamie the hottest toy of the season, Turbo Man, even though it's Christmas Eve and the toy is practically sold out. As Langston hunts down the elusive gift, he runs into a mailman, Myron Sinbad, another father on the same quest. With the clock winding down, Langston's moral code is tested as he starts to learn the real meaning of Christmas. Dean, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. When I was a kid, my dad loved this film, and we watched it all the time.
Yeah.
And as an adult, I hadn't watched it in a while, but I've always had these two like subliminal images in my head.
Okay.
And I never knew what movie they were from. The first was that fucking horrifying pink saber-toothed tiger booster. And the second was someone punching a deer. And I never could remember where those came from.
Okay.
And sure enough, both of those are from this film.
Oh, that's good.
I gotta say, Dean, I mean, I've seen it before, but seeing it now as an adult, as a parent, as someone that gets what he's going through, I love it. And you have to put yourself back in the time that this movie came out. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was the hottest act around this time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Terminator 1, Terminator 2, Predator. Like, I mean, he was like the fucking guy. And for him to do this film, I believe he said he specifically wanted to do a Christmas comedy, and a lot of people told him no. And I think, you know, he was finally able to do the film he wanted. But you could just tell everyone in this film had a blast making it. Sinbad is hilarious. I was literally dying laughing when they're in the radio booth and he's about to get punched and he's like, "Stop, I have sickle cell." I like did a spit take. It was so fucking funny. What do you think about this movie, Dean?
Dude, it might just be the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And then also R.I.P. Phil Hartman, such a great character. His neighbor, who's like in love with, is he in love with his wife?
He's like a MILF machine, dude.
Yeah. Phil Hartman was so funny, dude, back in the day. So it always reminds me how sad it is that he passed away, but I also really enjoy this movie.
I remember reading about this guy's murder. I didn't put two and two together when I watched this film.
Yeah, it's Phil Hartman. His
wife
killed him.
Yes.
In his sleep. I think he was
Yes.
sleeping. Yeah, it's pretty sad, dude.
Oh man. Jesus.
But it's funny because he messaged me and you were like, "Hey, like, what's a good Christmas movie we could watch?" And my first thought was, "Oh, Jingle All the Way," because it has to do with buying toys and it's so relatable. Like, not only Christmas time, but just in general, right? Like, oh, well, it's sold out, and then you have to deal with scalpers, and you know, just it's funny. And I was like, well, maybe not. And so I'm thinking, and then you were like, "How about Jingle All the Way?" I was like, dude, that was my first thought. Because it's such a great movie.
Yeah,
it's so funny. He like fights all the elves and
the sketchy Santas.
Oh, the sketchy Santas. That's right. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
Oh man, dude, I'm so bummed out. I'm like,
oh no,
I remember.
Realized.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I always get tripped out when you watch films of people that have passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
that's sad.
Yeah, Sinbad's just really, really funny.
Dude, Sinbad kills it, like in every scene. Jake Lloyd. I don't understand what George saw in this film that was like, that's Anakin Skywalker. Right? Because I assume they go back and look at the past filmography of kids. I don't know, man. I do feel bad for Jake Lloyd, though. I think the childhood stardom really.
I did not realize that was Jake Lloyd.
Annie Bobani, dude.
Holy shit. Was this before or after? It was before?
Before, yeah, 1996.
Wow. Yeah, holy shit, dude. Yeah, it's got a really cool message at the end, right? Because Sinbad's willing to do whatever it takes to get the toy for his kid. And like you said, they test their morals. Like, what are they willing to do to get their kid the thing they want for Christmas? And then at the end, the kid's like, "Oh, well, like my dad is Turbo Man. Like that's way cooler." And he's then able to let Sinbad have the toy for Christmas, or he does it before, and Sinbad's just like so thankful. And it's just a great movie. I love this movie.
I'm not gonna lie, you put a big you put a big bummer on this whole show, Dean. I'm like really sad that guy died.
Oh, I'm sorry. I felt like I couldn't review the movie without bringing that to attention because he was such a great actor. And it is sad that he died.
That's so sad. My gosh. Maybe talk about that on Creeps.
Yeah, because he was on SNL, and dude, Phil Hartman was like one of the best fucking comedians ever. He was so great.
Now Eddie says, because of our segment, he said, I saw this movie for the first time in my life yesterday.
Wow, dude. Yeah. Oh, he said he saw it a long time ago.
No, he's talking about the movie Junior.
I've never seen Junior.
Some of our Ox members, Eric says, dude, love this movie. Alfred says, only the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Dude, Alfred watched it that night.
Yeah. Jason Juarez says, Deer Punch, put that cookie down.
Who
Mark
told you
Pearson.
my cookies?
Mark Pearson says, poor Buster was Jar Jar before Jar Jar. Carl Topman says, the Christmas movie. Scott Bradley says, this has always been one of my favorite Christmas movies. I love when Arnold beats up the corrupt Santas in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Alfonso says, I love this movie, and to this day, people still, after that Turbo Man doll in real life, he's a Christmas favorite and still going up in price over the years. Dean, a sealed Turbo Man sold on 11/29/20 for $485 plus shipping.
That's fucking
that
wild.
figure goes bananas. If you're getting an open one, you can get them for $100 to $200. But yeah, sealed in the box, you're looking at like $5, my friend, which is pretty amazing for a figure, that is obviously a product of this film. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's weird, isn't it? Like, it's not from anything except the movie about it.
Amazing, dude.
It's almost like Small Soldiers.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, it's like, the Gorgonites and the whatever they were
Ocula,
called.
baby.
Yeah, it was like they're from a movie about them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems kind
Wild,
of
dude.
Yeah.
Even the opening sequence of this film, right? It's the Turbo Man show,
right?
With the opening reflecting the real actors that played it. I think it's amazing. And that's pretty much it for our show this week, Dean. We're just going to have a few plugs here. We have the Collecting Weekly Awards that are streaming next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have PJ the Paradox Nerd and Optical 20 joining us live. If any of our other CW hosts want to join in, please let us know. We'll get you guys squared away with all the details. We do have Dean, we did have a random number drawn during the show. Our number was 14, and on this here, type in 14, and that puts the winner of our Luke Skywalker Black Series giveaway.
Oh, I didn't realize that was what we were doing.
Yeah, you did not. That was the thing, right? Like if you voted the first week.
No, I remember that, but I didn't realize we were doing that right now. That's cool.
No, well, it's that part of the show. So Scott Bradley, congratulations. You have until Tuesday to let us know. You're in the Patreon chat, so congratulations, Scott. Dylan will ship that straight to your house.
Wasn't he in the chat earlier?
Eddie says, yo, Zach, are you going to rock a suit for the awards? I don't know. The only suit that I have is a little tight right now, right? It's a little tight right now. So
let my man's breathe. Just let him
my man's breathe. I don't know, man. I'll wear the Santa hat, but I don't know about the suit. We'll have to. It's a little less formal.
I do like the Santa has a nice touch.
It's a little less formal this year, right? A little less formal this year. But Pete from OFAC made this fantastic graphic showing all of the nominations thus far. We have Most Improved Hasbro McFarlane 3-0 NECA Ace Toys. Best Overall Company Hot Toys Bandai McFarlane Hasbro NECA. Best Under 30 The Child, the Wicked Cool Toys Master Chief, the McFarlane Spawn, the Black Series Luke, which is what Scott just won, and the Doomslayer from McFarlane. Best non-traditional scale, we have the Great Ape Uzaru, the Iron Giant, the Child by Sideshow, Super Shredder by NECA, and McFarlane Spawn. Best 1/12 scale, Luke Skywalker, Nosferatu, Kaioken Goku, Moff DKR, and the Master Chief by Wicked Cool Toys. Best third party, Django, Replicant Killer by Supermad, the Tank by 3-0 Miles Morales by Young Rich Toys, and the Ace Toys Mighty Heroes. Best head sculpt, we have the Wasp, Krennic, Han Solo, Mud Trooper, Rambo, and Commander Cody. Best 1/6 scale, Han Solo, Mud Trooper, Mando, Thanos in-game, Krennic, and Alita. And Figure of the Year, we have 6 nominations. We have Mando, Krennic, Black Series Luke, Replicant Killer, Han Solo, and Rambo. So definitely, you have about until next Monday night to vote, and then we'll finalize our winners, and we'll announce everything Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we won't be doing any sort of news on the show. It'll just be based on the awards. And whether or not we'll shoot any news stuff that week just depends on how much news there is. But yeah, as far as content goes next week, this is our big show of the year. So we appreciate it if you're listening live, if you come back live next Tuesday, or if you're listening on repeat, if you'll be there next Tuesday, because it's going to be a fun event. And
So
our
the
good
award
friends.
show is next week,
Yes.
the 15th.
Yes.
And then what are we doing on the 22nd?
For what
Like
reason?
the Tuesday before Christmas. So I
So
thought that's when the award was going to be. I'm sorry.
no, it's always the week before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
On the 22nd, I think I'll probably chat with you off air. We'll see if we want to take that week off, because we are also going to take. So let's talk scheduling, because I think it's a good point to talk about.
Yeah,
right now.
just because everyone in the chat, they're here. So
Yeah. So, Jesus, my mouse is really fucking up today.
what's wrong with you?
If anyone wants to get me something for Christmas, get me a mouse. It's called the Silent Mouse, because I really need one. Tired of hearing clicks on my edits. So today's the 8th. Next Tuesday is the 15th. So that's the CW Awards. If we decide to, I'd prefer to record on the 22nd, because I don't want to leave too much news up in the air. But I would like to take the 29th off.
Okay.
And what we would do is Eric has a bunch of clips on the Instagram. I'll just grab all the clips, clip them together. Yeah, and make our best of the year montage.
Yeah.
But what do you think about that schedule?
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll plan for CW Awards on the 15th, on the 22nd. Maybe if we're going to take that day off, maybe we'll record it early and then release it live on the 22nd. It just depends.
Maybe like the 23rd, we could plan something for After Dark instead of it being
a live show
off the cuff. Do something like we did the other day with the Jeopardy, something like that, and then just release that as
an After Dark. Yeah, we'll just have to produce some content between now and then.
Yeah.
And then like I said, the 29th, I'm not sure if it'll be a video podcast. It just depends on how much editing that takes. But I would say at minimum it'll be an audio release that will be ported to video, so you'll see like our logo with the audio running, but it would be like the best of the year.
Yeah.
It just depends on how easy that would be. I think it'd be easier just to do pure audio.
Yeah.
Like we did last year, because that show, honestly, like the end of the year show is the absolute worst show to produce every year. It takes so much work to do that. Just because you're getting like a year's worth of content, listening to it, recording it, and then putting it all together. So stay tuned with that. Dean, let's thank our Patreonies, please.
Yeah, Ben Porter, Griffin Campbell, Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Maris. Oh, sorry. Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Danikin, Lee Walker, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kratt, Jason Nelson, Big Old Fern, King Zach, Caesar Mariquin, Eddie Mendez, Eric Ruiz, Mario Cortez, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yahtzee, congrats. Scott Bradley. Oh, no, Scott Bradley won, right? Yes, congrats, Scott. Jesse Contreras, Stephen Maria Stanley, and Lord Voldator.
What? Probably the best turtle I think I've ever known.
Dude, yeah, easily.
This is our December patron benefits. A lot of people have already got their items in the mail. We do have a few of these left, so if you're someone that's on the fence about becoming a Patreon, if you sign up between now and like the week of Christmas, we'll get those sent out. So yeah, please let us know. You got the 4-inch window cling, the 1.25-inch button. I think we have more Christmas cards left. I'll have to double check, but you also get the holiday sticker as well. Usually we just order enough for our current Patreonies and a few more, but we did have some new people sign up. Sweet Angel is the $5 tier. You get access to the stickers sent straight to your door and the Ox After Dark replay. I think there's like 45, 50 shows on there at this point, so definitely a pretty good amount of content. The certified crispy tier, $15 a month, which is a certified crispy certificate and assistance with figure fixes by myself. Then you have the $25 What a Guy tier, which is the 18x24 silhouette poster. On your first pledge, doubles of all the stickers we send, and one sculpt painted once per year by Darkside Customs. So definitely some different options there if you want to support the show's production. And I wanted to show you this picture. I think it's so great. It's by Eric. But these are all the Patreon stickers that we sent this year, I think. From like, I think it was May was our first stickers we sent out up until now. Lots of cool designs that we made. And these are super high quality stickers. And we love to send these guys to make them in to send them to you guys. I think they look fantastic. And we usually mix it up. We do magnets sometimes, business cards. We have the Collecting Weekly window cling, obviously the Christmas card, the button. So it's not all stickers.
I don't even think I have a yellow After Dark sticker.
Yeah, it's I believe I gave you one, but
I don't. Dude, all my stickers are here. I run them home and I put them in here. I don't have one of those.
Manny says it should be called What a Tier. The thing is, I say what a guy. Like,
yeah, we always say what a guy. Like when we talk about something, like, man, what a guy. He's a great guy.
So yeah, definitely some good stuff there, Dean. I'll check the archive, see if we have another yellow After Dark sticker. But we do have a mailing address, Collecting Weekly, 5886 Dezavala Road, Suite 102, box number 292 in San Antonio, Texas, 78249. Secret Santa, you guys have a few more days to get your presents out. 4 days to be exact. Dean, have you shipped your gift yet?
I haven't even bought it yet.
My gosh.
Well, okay, so I actually figured out who my or I didn't figure it out, but I know who it is, right? The person I'm buying for. But they already have what I was gonna buy them, so I have to figure it out. I have to fucking improvise.
Yeah.
But is that the Old Spice text for Secret Santa?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I mean, if it is, it's not called Old Spice text in the font. I think it's called Crawley.
Oh.
It could be. I don't know.
Isn't that where Ian's from?
I know, that's why I like that font. We do have a Facebook group, Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, if you want to join. It's a private group that we're in. We goof, we gaff, we laugh. And yeah, it's definitely a good time there. Just hit us up, answer a few questions, and you'll be allowed in. As far as our shows go, Joy of Hobbying, we put up a video last week. OFAC, their upload from Ian Pete is uploading this week. Small Talk is recording this Thursday from what I've heard. And then After Dark should be tomorrow if everything goes well. The other monthly shows, they'll slot in as they can. And yeah, I think we got a pretty good schedule this month. Lots of content that we're putting out for you guys. You know, we never take a break, Dean. We always got to push out that content for the people of the world, and hopefully give them something new to listen to several times a week. Let's plug some of our friends of the show: Six Scale Scavengers, Brian, Chris, TC, Optical 20. Optical is going to be joining us on the CW Awards along with PJ, the Paradox Nerd. We have our friends at Rogue 16, great guys there, King Zachary, and Zhao from Third Party Reviews. Talked to Zhao earlier today about all this dramas with So Toys. A good guy. But yeah, good show today, Dean. Do we have any shout outs you want to give? Any closing remarks to the people of the world?
I love you.
Yeah, you guys are great. I'm really excited for the award show. Please, if you guys
Dude, I was listening to last week's episode in the car.
Dude, you're a horrible person. I was so mad at you last week.
Why? What'd I do?
Say what you're gonna say, and then I'll tell you what you did.
Oh, you were like, the award show's coming up. It's my favorite time of the year. And I was like, I guess. And you were like so offended. But I didn't know you meant like for the show. I thought you just meant in general. Because like obviously there's things I enjoy more than the award show. Like
sex.
Or like, you know, maybe like a birthday or, you know, Easter, like whatever, right? But you meant for the show. And I could, like, you were genuinely hurt. You were just like, wow.
Dude, I don't know what was going on with you that day, but
what did I do?
You were just like,
last week.
We got like a few messages about it, but like I was in such a great mood for the nominations, and if you go back and listen to it, your reaction to like the first like 13 nominations is like boo, like you're literally audibly booing.
Yeah,
but it's like
I have thoughts when I'm not.
You have thoughts, but it's like we've all talked about all those nominations already. But it was like you were acting like it was the first time you ever knew that was.
No,
but
I
it's
was
like
just
we put a
giving
lot of
my
work
opinion.
in it. I don't know. I got a lot of comments. People were like, "Yeah, Dean kind of like just like didn't care about that segment," and I
No.
was offended last week. I was like, "Dude, fuck
No, it's just because like I was booing for the people I wasn't gonna vote for.
I'm just saying. I was like,
'Cause
wow.
I would say yay when it was somebody I liked, but then when you're like, oh, it's Neko, I was like, boo.
Yeah, I know you're.
Yeah, that's all it was. I was just like voicing my opinion. God damn, guys, I'm not allowed to have my own opinion.
No, not
Jeez.
during CW Awards.
What are
Dean.
you, all Zach all of a sudden?
Wow. What the fuck is up with you?
Oh, poor Zach. I give him a lot of shit, guys.
Dean, are you gonna play Among Us with us tonight?
I'm about to go to Destiny. It just depends on whenever you guys get on.
Wow. Cut me
If you
deep.
get on at midnight, I'll probably be able to join. If you get on right now, no.
Yeah, we'll plan for midnight, guys. Anyways, great show. Again, vote if you want. If you really care, if I've ever meant anything to you, vote for CW Awards. A big thing. We got to get all the votes we can, and that way we will be able to. Wait, what?
My sister just said she just texted me, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's fucking amazing!" Can I share it?
Which sister, Deanie?
Yeah, it's like what? I guess I'll talk to you about it after the show.
Wait, I want to know on the show.
It has to do with the Mandalorian. She's just like guessing. She said, "Wouldn't it be amazing if Grogu was reaching out to the Force to Cal Kestis because they found the map of all the Force sensitive kids and destroyed it?" Which is a prequel to the original trilogy, but he's still out there, right? And Cal Kestis is like a real actor. Like that's what the guy looks like. So if they like brought him back, and that's who Cal Kestis would come looking for Grogu. That'd be fucking dope, dude. You imagine?
We've had that discussion already, though.
How'd we win?
On the spoiler chat last week, we were saying like who it could be. It was like Mace, Luke, Cal.
I don't remember Cal.
I said Cal.
I don't remember you saying Cal.
Well,
You never even played the game.
You don't have to play the game to know the character is.
I mean, do you?
I mean, I'm not going to go there. Anyways, guys, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
We'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.